The Bad Batch has never looked better.
Experimental Unit Clone Force 99. The defective clones with
He hasn't watched it.
desirable mutations.
I forgot about this intro. Jeremiah, turn it up, man.
Turn it up?
Yeah.
They call themselves the Bad
So quiet for
Batch.
us.
Oh, it's loud for me.
I always wanted to do the drum cover with Andrew, but we never got around to it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another Bad Batch-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew. Dude, I messed it up 2 weeks in a row.
Why would you take a drink right in the middle of the intro?
I don't know.
And we are back!
We're back.
With
What's
Bad
up?
Batch Season 2, Episode 1, Spoils of War, and Episode 2, Ruins of War. Yep. So, we were going to do 2 different episodes on this, but the first episode was pretty short and quick and easy, and I was like, we could probably get 2 done in one episode, and
I'm glad we did 2 episodes, not separately.
because it would have sucked to just stop and
Right.
wait till tomorrow or after recording to watch the second episode, because it's
It'll
basically
lose
one episode. They just for some reason split it up. Like
you.
last
Well,
year, like
okay,
season
so
1
it's
premiere.
an hour and 16 minutes, dude.
Yeah, so like, they could have done this and it would have been shorter than last year's premiere. So like, I don't.
Well, I saw there was an article that came out. I forget. I think it was IGN. Maybe they said why they're doing it like this. So I think Lucasfilm or someone made an announcement that they're doing Bad Batch is all going to be around 20-25 minutes. They're shorter this
Okay.
season because they're trying to make it more kid friendly.
Okay, well, the ending of the second episode is not kid friendly. We'll get into that.
I think it's more the sense of like their attention spans.
Right. But
So
anyway, before we get into Bad Batch,
yes,
we have an announcement.
a big one.
A big
Should I do it
announcement.
again? Should I do it again?
Do you have like a celebration button, like a ta-da or a
Just
no? Yep, that one right there.
that one.
But yes. So if you're in the Discord, you already know this.
Mm-hmm.
Because we just announced it in the Discord this last Friday, I believe it is. But we are now publicly on the internet, like public internet, gonna announce
Gonna
that
make a flyer.
I'll probably post something on Instagram
You
eventually.
gotta make something cool.
But mark your calendars. August 18th, 19th, and 20th, which is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, will be our first ever Empire Con held here in Minnesota.
Yeah, it's gonna be here.
So we don't have everything planned out. We're just, a few days into 5 days into announcing this, and we're brainstorming ideas and whatnot. But it is official. It will be in
Empire
August
Con.
18th through 20th, 2023. And it's here in Minnesota, here in St. Paul, Minneapolis area. And so everyone is invited. And as things are going to be available, like for like sign up and all that stuff, we will give that out. But what we are going to make a little stipulation for this. In order to get all the information and get all the sign up and take surveys and stuff, you're going to have to be a member of our Discord, because it's going to be the easiest to communicate with people. It's going to get you connected with the community and the people that you're going to be hanging out with if you choose to come. And all of the sign-ups are going to be in the Discord. So if you want to participate in the Discord, now we might have some few exceptions here and there, blah, blah, blah. But generally speaking, if you want to join,
like if you are a minor, you
and
have
you're
to have
not
your parents, obviously.
right. And then if you're not old enough to sign up on Discord, there's that. So if you want to join the con, but you can't join the Discord, you can send us an email, EmpireRadioFans@gmail, and we'll kind of talk through those details.
Right.
But yes, generally speaking, if you are wanting to join this con, Empire Con 2023, you have to join the Discord. And hopefully in the next, this month, we're going to be putting out resources like surveys and discussion and stuff. And there's already the whole discussion channel in our Discord for people to talk about what they want to do for Empire Con. So that's the big announcement.
And I think something that's big about it as well, it's more of a private con event. So, which means like in order to get the tickets and stuff, you have to communicate with us, like join the Discord, like you said. Is Andrew invited? Well, he's invited, but
I texted him and he wants to come, but it's his anniversary that weekend.
perfect, celebrate with us.
And he said that they already are planning 2 big trips this year.
Oh.
And so they might not be okay. But he said when we get closer, we'll see like how they're scheduling and stuff. So like, let's say
should we have a GoFundMe to fly Andrew out? That's part of the con fee is to
I'm
pay
just
extra
saying,
$10
I feel
for
like
Andrew's flight.
there's a bigger chance that he's going to come to Empire Con and be back on the podcast for like an EU with Andrew or something. But yes.
If you're joining the live stream too, there is a pin link for the Discord, so you can join the Discord that way.
Yep.
But yeah, so I think the biggest thing is that it's a little bit more private. It's not just like, oh, here's the link to the ticket, I'm gonna buy it and show up and not say anything. Like it's more a smaller community con, so I encourage you guys to join the Discord for that reason. So okay, I'm gonna meet Will. I've been communicating with Will or Retta. Like these are my people. I'm gonna go hang out with them most of the time.
Yeah,
and like
because like we're all big family and friends in the Discord, and we have a lot of fun, especially talking about Empire Con, what we want to do. We're got all these jokes, we got all these things. Like apparently, I'm gonna like poison Kool-Aid and it's gonna start the zombie apocalypse. Like that's already what people are expecting it to happen.
Don't tell them our ideas, Jeremiah. Jeez.
So like if you want,
they already know about that.
They already know about it.
Dang
so
it.
If you guys want to be part of a zombie apocalypse, you gotta come to Empire Con.
Okay, that's not gonna sell the point at all.
But yes,
we're super excited for this. It's been like a weird like joke that became a reality.
Yeah. So
and if you want to go to Wesley Andrews,
well, we're trying to maybe do that as like our first thing is like
I will tell you right now that is gonna happen.
Yeah. So if you want to see where you can get your Wesley Andrews coffee and tea,
you can buy some there too.
You can buy it in person. You don't gotta wait for how long is shipping? Like 5 days or 7 days or something like that. Like
no, 2 days.
2 days. Oh,
with this snow.
Oh yeah, we got a big snowstorm. It's still snowing right now, dude.
Barely made it to work, bro. It was a struggle.
There's like a foot of snow in the last day, and it's still snowing.
My brother from Blaine picked me up so we could go to work.
Exciting.
It was not. It was annoying.
But yeah, so hopefully in the next week or two we'll have more information available. There'll be surveys going out for people to sign up, but you can't get that survey unless you are in the Discord. So join the Discord. But that being said, we've been rambling a little bit, but we should probably jump into this episode. But yes, Empire Con, August 18th through 20th, Friday through Saturday, 2023. Be there or be
there next year when it's even bigger.
Or probably, I don't know if we're gonna do it every year, but
we're doing it dude. See, this is the thing, Jeremiah. I don't know if you know this. Once you start a tradition, it's every year.
Maybe we'll do like every 2 years or something.
Ooh, okay. Jeremiah's like, I don't know if I can do 2 years.
So we gotta figure out how to not to screw up this first one. We gotta before we promise the second one.
Okay, let's say yes.
This could crash and
the second one before.
This could crash and burn.
And so, but I think this one was gonna go well. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. We have some fun ideas. So.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
And you guys, like, it's like gonna be just hanging out with us essentially.
Yeah.
Like, I think mine and Jeremiah's security is off that weekend, so we're all yours.
I'm having security. I don't know about you. I know a guy. Um, but yes, Bad Batch season 1 or season 2, episode 1 and episode 2. Let's just jump into this.
Yeah.
So, Drew, what were your overall thoughts of the opening premiere? These 2 episodes. It
Well,
was kind of
first,
like one story. It wasn't
yeah,
really.
it is kind of one episode. It's still
But what do you
shorter
think?
than any and/or episode combined.
Right.
Both these. Well, first of all, as you guys could tell on the live stream, there was no watch party. I don't think I'm not gonna do a watch party for Bad Batch because Mando's gonna be coming out during Bad Batch, so I want to focus on that. So no watch party for Bad Batch. Also, I enjoyed watching it with Miles. He actually sat through the whole thing, which was kind of cool.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he actually thought it was really cool and he liked it. He literally grabbed his toys, crawled up, sit next to me, and watched it.
Aw.
Yeah,
Dude, more
so
people would watch that watch party than probably your normal
that's
ones.
probably true. The quality, like the graphics are amazing, like
Oh
you
yeah,
said.
dude,
Like it looks so good, and your TV probably looks amazing. You probably
dude,
never seen
that
animation
that
shit like that.
blue water in the opening scene, that ocean.
It was not
That,
as fuzzy as the trailer.
no, it was popping. It
It
was
was
bright,
good.
but
Animation
there
was
was
good.
there's okay. My TV is not exactly,
Acclimated yet?
so it's like some of the settings. Well, one
That TV
every
is
si-
stressful, dude.
first
That
of all,
TV stresses me out.
every single time there's an update, like on my
Mhm.
TV, a software update, it resets my settings.
Oh, that's annoying, bro.
So I have to reset everything. But there's also things that the TV does that you can't
Control.
control with the normal remote. You have to buy like an LG remote that can go into like a secret menu. And so there's a scene where like they get off the ship when they land, and then it
Mhm.
like does like looks at like the mountain in the sky. Like because there's like a change in dark to bright,
Mhm.
like when it was bright, it was one color, and then like it quickly changed brightness a little bit. Like it was like so like
Oh.
I was kind of annoying. It was the only time it's ever done that I've seen that do that.
Okay,
But
if you guys don't know, Jeremiah has like an OLED LG
LG C2
4K.
55-inch 4K smart TV,
Yes,
pretty bougie, but
it's bougie, but it's also like my brother has the same one, Jeremiah, and he got the remote for Christmas.
all the
And
special
it came
remote,
with a freaking manual that was like literally like an
right?
inch thick. And I'm like, dude, what the heck? For a TV? Like, what are we doing these days? Like, I'm
Right,
okay with my 4K TV that you turn on. There's no adjustments needed. But
right.
I also kind of do want your TV too. I saw it on sale and I was
I said, was it cheaper than what I bought it for?
like 15.
That's what mine was 15. So
Originally, it's not.
originally
So
it was like $2,000, but it was $500
it would look
off.
so big in my living room, but
Yeah,
maybe next year.
but
Anyways,
yes.
but overall thoughts, it was all right.
Yeah, I
It was all right.
it was. I think what they're doing is they're setting up like themes
Mm,
that are going to be played out the rest of the season, because they really, with this theme of like, you know, the Bad Batch is in the situation because of Omega, which we'll talk about, like how that was brought up. Omega has that moment with the old guy. His name is Romar, and he said, you know, basically fun is more, or happiness is better than jewels. Like it's more important for you to pursue happiness and do what will bring you joy than money or
mhm.
like material possessions and all that stuff. And so there's
Yeah.
going to be that theme, um, and then we'll probably see some other things. But
The ending of episode 2 I thought was really cool. And like I like what they're going with it.
right,
And it makes sense. Like honestly, like that whole plot that makes sense. It was
but
really cool. But
but here's the thing: if we're going to jump to ending, like Rampart and the Empire is under the impression that the Bad Batch is dead.
which
That
is why they
means,
colored themselves differently.
but here's the thing: Crosshair was rescued, and so he would have lied to them, saying that they were dead.
Ooh, true. Forgot about that
So,
part.
like,
Ooh.
so Crosshair is probably still conflicted. Like after what happened, he was
Oh.
sitting on that platform in the middle of the ocean by himself, or who knows how long, and he was just sitting there thinking about how, like, he just got rescued. Like they're like, dude, you're our brother, you're not our enemy, and so he probably had a lot of time to think, and so he's probably conflicted right now, where he's still a bad guy working for the Empire, but
the
he's
trailer didn't really seem like he was having that much issues.
well, he's still a bad guy, but he's not gonna like treat the
doesn't-
Bad Batch as an enemy.
Mm.
And so I feel like because of that, he might turn back to the Bad Batch and turn a good guy again.
I hope.
this
I
season.
really want him to.
I don't know. I kind of like want him to stay his
Dude,
path.
I really want him to have a redemption story, just
But
for Echo's sake.
why for Echo?
Because wasn't he one of the people that helped save Echo? I don't know.
Well,
I feel
the whole Bad Batch saved Echo. Plus,
Yeah.
Bad Batch and Rex and
Ahsoka?
no, Anakin.
Anakin. I don't know. I feel like it would be a cool reunion story. I'd be
Yeah.
down for that.
And
And like, do we have a season 3?
that hasn't been announced, but it seems like the way they set it up, like where they want to like find a way to get out and be free and give Omega a regular life. It seems to be implying that this could be the last season. At the end of the season,
That's what I'm saying.
That they're going to have their freedom and Omega is going to be free, or something like.
And like we've noticed, right, in these 2 episodes, that they're still stunning them. They're not trying to kill them.
Right.
So they're still clones. Like, I really think that Crosshair's going to come back once they start killing off the clones. That is going to be the.
And I'm guessing we'll also see the full like transition from clones to stormtroopers, because we already got that started last season, and I feel like now this season we're going to see that because like in Rebels it was implied that the clones were decommissioned, meaning they were all probably killed. And so we're probably going to see that, and that might be what causes Crosshair to change. Like all these clones are now being just euthanized, basically.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And I think a lot of that might have to do with Cody's arc.
Yep.
Because Cody was like kind of.
Yeah, in the trailer he was going back. He seemed back and forth, and so that means Cody's chip seems to be wearing off. So the main guy,
it seemed like the guy today.
Yeah, Captain Wilco. He disobeyed an order. Now, one could say that he takes his orders from
Tarkin,
from the Empire.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
And Rampart was going against protocol.
That's true.
So that could be made, but I like to think that his chip was wearing off, and that he was disobeying, or he was disobeying because he was choosing what was morally right.
Yeah, not what.
Right. And I really liked him too, dude. Like,
no,
even though he was
like 10 seconds,
even though he's like the bad guy in this arc, but like he was really efficient. He did his job well. He stopped the Bad Batch from stealing all those things. Like, like I really liked.
He actually did
how good he was. Like, it was probably the most competent clone we've seen in like all of Star Wars. Like, just understanding the situation, commanding his squad, getting it done. I really liked him, but R.I.P. Wilco. I don't think we have ever seen the captain with the black shoulder pad. But we've seen like other colors, but I don't think we've ever seen black, and I thought that was really cool.
I think we see like Imperial people with black at some point, but not in that armor,
right? Because usually it's orange. Like the stormtroopers are orange.
Stormtroopers, yeah.
But also, okay, maybe I'm wrong about this, but when I was watching these episodes, it seemed like the sound effects were more like the original trilogy sound effects for like the ships when they were shooting their lasers. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but like
I think it's your TV, bro. Is helping.
No, not my. I have a surround sound system. That's a separate
I know,
thing.
but it's still plugged. It's still. I think you're. I don't know. I was also noticing that the sound effects were better.
Well, the
But
sound
I
effects were better, but
I thought
felt
that was
like
just because I wasn't listening through headphones, like it was actually listening through my sound system.
I don't know, because I'd have to go back and watch like Clone Wars scenes where starships are firing to see if the sound is the same as like Imperial TIE fighters. Because I don't know, just the shots of the starships that are firing, it's for some reason it stood out to me that it was a different sound than
No,
we're
it
used
stood
to.
out to me too, but I literally thought it was just because I was in my living room.
And then even with like the speeder bikes, the clones were like those just sounded like Episode 6.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure. Or even or like Mando.
Right. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking things just because I haven't heard those sounds in a while. But I think it would be cool if they're transitioning the sounds from Clone Wars sounds to Empire sounds. That'd be a really cool detail if they did that. So
small detail, but like only nerds like us would figure it out.
Yeah. We're not nerds. Come on. But yeah. So
literally part of a thing that's called nerd, bro.
Yeah. But yes. But anyway, we should just jump into kind of like a breakdown stuff. So like the opening scene was basically half the trailer that we got.
Yeah.
That beach scene.
Yeah.
So it's just they're just on a mission, stealing a thing, a crate or something, and then it was just them escaping. But like we know that we saw from the trailer that their armor is all different. So it's like they've bits and pieces of different. It seems like they took clone armor from different clones and it's like kind of like patched themselves because they're all different. They had like the orange and white ones. They had like blue ones and green ones and like different colors. So it's like it seems like they've had interactions with other clones since the last time we've seen them, and they've just stolen their armor.
Yeah,
or they've
pieces throughout, and they colored them, because in Bad Batch season 2 or season 1, they're all like gray and black.
Gray, black, and like red.
Yeah,
accents.
But then in the first one, they're all white.
Huh? White.
Yeah, like in like when they were actually part of the clones, they were white, weren't they?
No, they were in because when we see them in
it's this Tech that's white. That's what I meant.
Tech was what? Oh, maybe Tech had white.
Yeah, he has white. I'll show you.
Yep, he has his collection.
Yeah, he's white.
Okay,
but even like on the side of his helmet, he always has that skull, and he painted that fully black, so you couldn't even see that.
Right
on the side of his helmet.
But yes, so in this opening scene, Omega, she's older. Like we knew from the trailer, she had different hair, so she's older. Her hair's grown out a little bit, and she's getting an education that she's learning every starship in the Imperial fleet, which is funny, but it's also important. Like you have to know.
It also seems like they're learning it too with her, because
right. So they've probably hacked into systems, Imperial systems, to get all of these downloaded and know what they have. And so she's learning it, and then later on in the show, it is useful because she uses her knowledge. But yes, Omega, she's super competent now. Like she was using that bow thing, like she was like an expert. She like jumped off that thing, rolled over on the beach, and was like shooting all these giant crabs and jumping up and grabbing the rope. Like she's a lot more confident, a lot more capable, and she's just a lot smarter. Like she's just, I really think that there's still something about her that hasn't been revealed yet. Like,
dude, at one point I thought she was going to use the Force. But she was looking down at the thing, and the sound changed. She's looking down all the metal or
this
like the
Force lifts that whole crate,
and then she was like looking at it, and then the sound changed. I was like, "Don't use it, don't use it."
Dude, if we heard a Force theme, that would have been nuts. But
I don't
Um,
know if I would like that though.
she's not gonna be force sensitive,
I know.
but
I hope not. But I was just like, huh? No, don't do it. And then she did it. I was like, okay, good. I don't need
like
that. I don't need that right
there's
now.
still something about her I think that is different that we might learn this season. But I don't know. We'll see. But yes. So they return to Ord Mantell where Sid is. And AZ, he's like working in the bar at the club or whatever that they are in. And so he's serving drinks and stuff, which is kind of funny, which makes sense still that they put him to work. But they go back to return the crate to Sid, and we are introduced to Fee, which we saw in the trailer. And she had a very brief scene, and I feel like she's going to come back as a big player throughout the season somehow.
Because they didn't get what she wanted.
Well, that, but also just it was very brief. Like she was just there and gone. I'm like, okay, like they randomly put this person in. So
Well, and it wasn't the full scene from the trailer yet. So
sure it was.
no, but there is a part in it that, like a line that she said that she didn't say yet.
Oh, I don't remember. But yes. So one, I didn't realize this listening to a trailer, but I totally noticed it during this episode. But Fee is voiced by Wanda Sykes. Did you notice that?
Oh,
Is
no.
that did you recognize that now or?
Mm-mm.
So yeah, Wanda Sykes is voicing Fee, and so that is cool. That another big. She's not like as famous as she used to be. She used to be more famous when we were younger, but still a big name person. So that's cool. But they have their next mission, and it is to go to Castle Sereno, which is where Count Dooku had his lair, which technically it wasn't his lair, it was just his castle in a sense for being the Count of Sereno. And so their mission is to go there and steal the spoils of war, basically, that it's all being collected by the Empire and being removed. And so they're like, there's already going to be Imperials, this is going to be impossible. But Sid was like, one small crate or something is enough to like buy your freedom for the rest of your life. And that was a ton. When we can see it, there's a ton of stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Like
a ton.
I
You
should
think
have.
about all those crates.
I should have like looked at the math. Like did the math, like count how many crates there actually were, because it was just like a big grid of them. But like there's probably 50 or more on. There's probably 100 probably.
Yeah, it's
Well,
a
100
lot.
giant like basically shipping containers. And there's 3 of them, so and they're all filled with gold and money and highly valuable things. And so all this is what Count Dooku basically stole from all the separatist planets to fund the war. And that's so much money. That's more money than like what Andor stole from the from Eldani. Like that was 80 million. This is like billions of dollars. So it'd be funny if like some of that money was what was stolen. Like they just transferred the money to that place on Aldani. That'd be funny. Because there was one crate that they opened, it was all credits. And then the other one was all full of like gold and jewelry and diamonds and stuff. But yes, so but on their way to Sereno, Echo and Hunter are talking, and this is where Echo's like we shouldn't just retire like with all this money. Like we should do more. We got to buy more weapons. We got to hire more people. Like there's people out there that need us. And he kind of says something like, we're in this situation because of Omega. And Omega overheard that when she was in her little cubby room thing. And so
did he I was like, what did he mean by that? Like the hiding situation?
well, just them being bounty hunters or mercenaries and
Not part of the
being on the run and being in hiding was because they rescued Omega. and have her with her, like because of that,
They're afraid to be part of the rebels because
or
of her.
something like the whole situation. And so, like Hunter was, he's always worried about Omega and wanting to keep her safe. Like that's just always how it's been, and that's still how it is now. Like there's a few times where he looks over at Omega with concern, and so like it makes sense because she's still, um, what did we figure? She was 13 at the beginning of the Bad Batch.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm guessing it's been a year, like overall, like from the start of
Yeah,
the season to now. It's
probably.
probably been at least a year, so she's probably 14. So
She
she
seemed a little older too, and her hair was longer.
yeah, so she's there's probably
And
been
they
at
all, like you said, they all got new stuff. They even mentioned because Hunter didn't want to do it because not because of the mission, because he didn't want to get put back on. He was afraid of getting put back on the
radar, basically.
radar for the Empire.
Yeah, so that was just interesting. And then they do arrive on Streno, and uh, the entire Streno capital was destroyed by a orbital bombardment, the same one that was used against uh, Camino, and so that city was destroyed. I was like, dang. I wonder if that was. I'm guessing that was when after the Empire came about. That's what they seem to imply. Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I doubt that. Like I don't know if like Count Dooku would have had separatist ships destroy the city. I don't know, but I think it was the Empire. But I was kind of a little confused on who did that exactly. But
Oh, when the guy was talking,
I'm just saying, like, who destroyed the city? Was it the Empire or was it the Separatists?
it
Like,
was probably the
well,
Empire, but also the clones
because Echo said it was destroyed just the way Camino was, but like,
from the Empire.
but I don't know if it was the Empire that specifically did it, and that's
It
why he
was
said
confusing because what the guy says later kind of
what?
confused me.
What did he say later?
Because the guy says that like Dooku, like that money is cursed because Dooku
Oh, he stole
stole from
money,
us too, and he
stole
was the
from,
reason why our city is what it is today.
right? Because the whole planet was stripped of its resources, basically,
Yeah.
which is interesting to think about with what we got from Tales of the Jedi, because
Mm-hmm.
Dooku literally did the things that he was against in those episodes that caused him to leave the Jedi, and he did the same thing where he stole resources from the people and oppressed his own people. Like he had good intentions of leaving the Jedi, but then
One person can
became
change.
like he was just like Anakin. He became the thing he swore to destroy. Like so,
You're going down a path I can't follow.
there's that too.
I love saying
Um,
that line.
but yes, so they get down there. They try to break into one of the crates to steal some stuff, and obviously crap hits the fan because Wrecker he stuns a guy and they basically keep him hostage, like sleeping. But then he doesn't come in, and so then the rest of the like he hasn't. They go search for him, and so then that's when crap hit the fan. So then
Yeah, because they said like, well, he's gonna miss his route, and they're like, well, we got to get out here before he does, and they don't move fast enough
right, and so
because
because they find out what happens, they start closing the crate doors like like from their from remotely, and so
mm-hmm.
Echo, Tech, and Omega get trapped inside, and the thing starts flying off, and then Wrecker and Hunter are left behind, but they try to jump on the ship, and then they can't get in, so they have to jump off, and so the team is split into two, and so it's basically Hunter and Wrecker trying to get away from the clone troopers on the ground, while the team in the ship are trying to make their way to the escape pods, but then the escape pods are shot out because Captain Wilco is smart and says get rid of the pods, the escape pods, and so um,
They did. They said it. The chat was Jericho was saying that. And Yellow Snow was saying that I think the Empire destroyed it because in the last season they said they're going to start targeting former separatist worlds.
Oh, did they say that?
Yeah, that's what Jericho said. They said that in season 1.
Maybe. Makes sense that they would. I
It makes
vaguely
sense because they are going to go make sure everything is part of the Empire.
right, because they destroyed Camino to hide what really happened at Camino, which was
Yeah,
they didn't want information about how it was basically
cloning and
played from both sides, and
yep.
so if there's any information in separatist worlds that could implement a conspiracy or anything, like they got silence those. So that makes sense. But yes, so Wrecker and Hunter, they make their way to the throne room where we've seen before, like in Clone Wars, where Dooku is just sitting in. Like that's where like Asajj Ventress and Night Sisters like attack Dooku in his sleep with lightsabers, and there's a cool him versus 4 fight, and we see Dooku get force choked by Palpatine from across the galaxy, like this too hollow call. Like, so there's some cool scenes in this this throne room. So it was cool to see that again, but it's all windows are cracked, they're smashed, and nothing's working. So Wrecker and Hunter, they go through the elevator lift thing, and they try to escape into the city, which is, I believe, is once they escape into the city, it's the next episode. But
yes,
but the crew that's on the ship that's escaping, the escape pods are gone, and Omega, you know, she did her studying, so she's like, oh, this is a class 4 whatever, like that means that all the shipping crates have landing thrusters or whatever on them, so if we just go on a crate and release, like it'll eventually turn on and float us down. And Tech's like, yeah, you're right, actually, I'm impressed, blah blah blah. So they make their way to the crates, release them, and they all fall from the sky, and that's how the episode ends, is
them falling
to their death, basically.
with
and
style.
Which obviously they're not going to just kill off.
Dude, that would have been so crazy. They just killed them off.
Dude, I feel like someone has to die this season.
I thought Tech died. I literally
after watching Andor and
dude, I'm just used to people dying.
But it was like, but it was the same scene as Nemec, like when Nemec got smashed by crates.
Dude, that was literally what I was saying. I was like, when they fell the first time and no one got hurt, I was like, oh, so they don't get hurt, but our boy got hurt right away. Like that was literally what I was thinking. And then
dude,
someone did get hurt, and I was like, okay, that's good, because.
But even then, he said he broke his leg, but he's like, I fractured my femur. I thought he meant he broke his leg. No, apparently,
no, he does.
He can still walk on it, so it's just a little hairline fracture.
Though.
He shouldn't, but I was like, dang, like that takes a femur. It takes like 6 months to like heal.
Dude, yeah, that's like tearing an ACL. Like that's not an easy thing.
I'm like, okay, I guess the voice actor for Tech, you know, couldn't do a whole season, so they had to like break his leg and but yeah, so that's how the episode ends, with them falling from the sky. So
you think Echo's gonna die? Don't say that, Jericho.
Dude, Echo did more in this episode than he did all of last season combined.
Hey, and you know what? He still unlocked 2 doors. So shout out to him. Dude, when they're in that crate and they're locked in, and he works his head up like, oh god, boy, still putting in work.
We'll get into more into him.
A droid when you have a droid guy walking around with you.
But
it's more efficient than a droid, dude. Like it doesn't blend. He doesn't blend in as well as like a R2 unit, but still.
Right. But that was the first episode. And so
yeah.
It was a short episode. Like it was
we're only at 44 minutes. If we would have just done that one episode.
Yeah, we'd be done by now. But like
yeah.
So that was like without the credits, it was only like 20 minutes long. So it was a short episode. So that's one of the reasons why we're doing both episodes tonight, is just because the first episode was so short And I was
We're
like,
used to doing long episodes
because
from Andor.
Drew is at work and I was at home, and I watched this first episode. I'm like, this is gonna be like the quickest episode of Empire Radio ever. We should probably do two.
When you text me that, dude, my whole day got so much better.
Why?
Cause we're so behind at work, and then I was so late to work, and I was like, bro, and then tomorrow I'm gonna have to do another podcast and another watch it tomorrow. It's just like so much. My plate's a little.
Dude, I'm looking outside right now. It's still snowing out.
It's supposed to start raining at some point today too.
That's
tonight, because it's supposed to get warmer.
Dude,
and it's become ice. So like tomorrow's still gonna suck to go to work.
There's so much. This is like the biggest snowfall we've had in like 3-4 years.
They said it's the biggest snowfall in January ever, which I thought that was hard to believe. But
maybe for a specific month, maybe. But we've had some huge, like
no, it's
18, 19 inches.
January, yeah.
But
yeah, I counted 12 inches.
Dude, like I feel bad for all the people in the parking lot in my apartment complex because like they plow the lots like after the snow is done, but like they go like down the middle, like throughout the snowfall
in there, huh?
So like behind every car, there's like 2 feet of snow going up, plus 2-3 feet like from the plow in towards the cars, and it's like every car has to dig out packed snow like 2 feet deep.
How do they get them out? Like not everyone in an apartment.
Well,
has
here's the thing: every building has one shovel.
Oh God.
That anyone can use. But like I saw this when I was leaving this morning to go like run errands. Like there was one guy that was digging one out his vehicle out, but he was putting the snow in front of another car.
Hey man.
And so when I came back, there's like a 4-foot pile of snow.
The guy's like, dude, I gotta go to work. You're not going to work today? Sounds good because I'm going to work, bro. Sorry.
But apparently they're plowing tomorrow, so hopefully people can
because
dig their way out. But
I got plowed in from my alley. I shoveled my whole like driveway in the back alley. My car is perfectly in there, and then I come out. I'm like, it's over my trunk of alley snow, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
Well, I know a trick that I learned that when I lived at my house and I had to do snow removal. Mm-hmm. So it only helps if like, if the guy who plows your alley goes in the same direction every time, but plow this or get rid of the snow like from the direction that he's coming, like the length of like 10 or 12 feet. So when it hits that blank spot, there's nothing for it to push in front of your driveway.
Oh.
So it's a little bit more work, but if you do that before it gets all packed from the snowplow, it's a lot easier than trying to clean out.
Well, the thing is, like, he did it like at 7 this morning, and I got up and I watched him do it, and I was like, no, and then it was just like game over because it snowed so much overnight, you guys. Like,
yeah,
it was bad.
It was like 8 inches overnight.
And it was like 4 throughout the day yesterday, 4 or 6 throughout the day. And it's just like,
yeah. But before we jump over
Florida,
before we jump over to the next episode, let's listen to a little urgent message from Lucy, who maybe it seems like she might have been participating in this episode of Bad Batch because there's a little action in this message from Lucy. Let's take a listen.
I thought you were going to say snow. I'm like, there's snow in the background?
No.
Hey everyone, Fictional Lucy here. If you're wondering what all that shooting is in the background, that's because I'm in a laser battle. So I need you to hear this very important message. You see, I'm from the Voicemail Cinematic Universe, which is an original Star Wars audio drama created by Empire Radio fans through voicemails. This battle is really intense, but you can't see the true drama of it since this is just audio. That's what I need your help with. You need to illustrate the VCU. That's right, I need a picture to go along with every voicemail in this story. Any type of media, Lego, painting, digital, anything. Just go into the description of this episode and find the link that takes you directly to a Google Doc. It'll tell you exactly how to submit your work. So please, start illustrating and get me out of this mess. I really hate this guy, but in the words of Emperor Palpatine, do it.
Do it.
Do it. All right, yes. So first episode was Spoils of War, but second episode, Ruins of War. So this is kind of what we learned from a new character, Romar, who is a citizen of the planet in hiding, that Sereno was ruined by Dooku / the Clone Wars / the Empire. So
/war.
/war. So the show episode just picks up right after where it left off from the first episode, and the crates are falling from the sky, but the thrusters turn on and start slowing the descent. Now, it's not like a peaceful descent, like it's going slow. Like, it's still going really fast, and when they hit the ground, they're going to hit hard. But I always thought it was funny that Tech was like, surprisingly, things are going pretty well with these thrusters getting turned back on. Like, this is better than I thought it was going to turn out. So, because they didn't turn on for a hot minute. Like, they were falling. It was...
I'm surprised no one got sick. I guess
Right.
they're used to flying.
Right. But they're falling out of the sky, and this is where Wrecker and Hunter are at the bottom of the lift, and they see the city. And, like, we have to hide in the destroyed city. That's the only way we got to go. But in the crash landing of the crate, Tech breaks his leg or fractures his leg or whatever. He gets smashed by a crate, and so I think I remember I like, oh crap, like someone's gonna die here, but no one died. But yes, so the clones, they come and they figure, okay, Hunter and Wrecker, they're in the ruins. We got to search the ruins, blah blah blah. But the Bad Batch is determined that they're being searched for, so they have to like stop all communication. So like it's called Plan 00, which is this radio silence. So I'm surprised that Omega didn't know that by now. I feel like they would have
I feel
taught
like
her.
they would have taught her all that stuff.
Taught her all the different protocols, but it was for the audience, I guess, just to do that. But
Yeah, honestly, that's what it was, so that the audience could hear what they
right,
meant.
and so they could have just said, "We gotta go to radio silence." Like we didn't need to know the code name.
Or honestly, she could have been like, "That means radio silence, right?" And then he could have been like, "Shh."
Yeah,
Would
could have done that. But when Tech, Echo, and Omega, so they crash land on a ledge of a cliff, and it teeters and it falls down, and they climb out. But when they're walking through the woods, they encounter an old man named Romar, who was just weary of who they were, but
kind of sounded and looked like Dooku a little bit to me. No. Anyone else? Chat?
Because I think so. I don't want to spoil too much if you haven't read Dooku Jedi Lost, but at the end, Dooku kills his brother.
I'm not saying he's related. I just think it's supposed to feel like he's part of that people group.
Well, he's a Serenian.
Yeah.
I don't know what the nationality is, but Serenian. So, but he's just been an old guy, so he knows what Sereno used to be. He's probably a similar age as Dooku, though, so like he probably knows, Dooku
went to high school with him.
No, Dooku was a Jedi.
Oh, sure, yeah. With his brother.
With his brother or sister.
Does Dooku have a sister?
He does.
Oh.
She is a very important person in his life, his entire life, because he secretly is in communication with her for his whole life.
Oh, spoilers.
And
well, that's probably why he turned. You can't
that's
have
one of the reasons why dude,
communication.
after watching or listening to Dooku Jedi Lost, Dooku should have been.
He was a naughty boy the whole time.
They mentioned in the book the Citadel from Clone Wars, where it was that whole compound was created to imprison a Jedi who turns to the dark side. Like they should have put him in there a long time before. He was not a good guy.
Yeah.
He got away with a lot of stuff, but yes, a Sereno citizen who knew Sereno in the good old days, probably. But he has his own hut or shack in the middle of the woods for hiding, and so they go with him for hiding, and they kind of learn about him and get some common ground, all that stuff. Learn some things that went on, but Hunter and Wrecker, they're running for their lives. They tried to commandeer some old separatist tanks, but they didn't work. And so I really like how Wrecker was pretty smart with how he wanted to get out of there. He's like, get this power cell pad, whatever, from this tank, and I'll hook it up to the cannon. And he has like a portable tank cannon, which is kind of cool. So
Yeah.
There's no stun setting on that thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It was a lot of damage. So he kept it. So like, I think we're gonna see that he's gonna have that on his back probably the rest of the season. Like every mission, he's gonna be whipping that out.
I got it, and then he's gonna blow up a ship.
Blows everything up. That's like Wrecker's dream weapon, like a semi-automatic tank cannon.
Yeah, dude.
So they fight their way out. Eventually, there's not a lot to really say there. So they fight their way out to get back to their ship, the Havoc Marauder, H&M, as we know it as.
H&M. I love that they even call it the Marauder. They don't even call it
Havoc. Yeah. It's a lot of syllables. Havoc, Marauder.
I really wish they would have just called it H&M. Right. Would have been so cool.
There's probably trademark
for the name.
H&M.
Write it on it.
If they say H&M, like that's the same as like if
hey, H&M gives a free sponsor. I mean, come on.
Well, it was funny last week when promo images were released. David in Discord was like, "Tech wears jeans." He like has blue pants. They look like jeans. So there you go. H&M, they sell jeans.
Yeah, that's true.
And but do they sell suits? I
got my full wedding suit.
Really? I don't know if I've ever bought.
Not like full, like dressy stuff.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how. Like, what's not a suit? Is it a suit?
A suit is nice pants,
tuxedo,
a button-up shirt, and a dress jacket.
Yes,
that's the minimum of a suit.
Yes, they sell that. Not a tuxedo. So I wore a suit to my wedding, and I.
But what's the difference? What's the difference between a tuxedo and a suit? A tuxedo just has a vest.
And
just a vest.
Vest, and I think it's the buttons are placed differently. I don't know. I know there's something dumb about it like that.
I've only
like if I would have just bought something like that and went to prom like that, I feel like that would have been way better than buying a full-on suit for prom.
I don't know.
That I can't even figure
I've only wore a tuxedo 3 times, and I was just at my siblings' weddings.
You didn't go to prom?
No.
I went to 9 proms.
9 proms?
Yeah.
How'd you go to 9 proms?
That's a different conversation.
Okay, first of all, 1, did you go to 4 proms like at one school like every year?
Yes.
Like fresh. Did you letter in then?
It was at different schools.
Oh, because you can letter in prom, right?
Yeah, you can, but
and you know what
my school wouldn't let freshmen go to prom. Or sophomores. I think it was only juniors and seniors that could go.
Well, that's the normal rule, but like an underclassman has to be invited by an upperclassman.
Yes. No, I went to a prom with my ex, and she was like 2 grades above me.
Dang, Drew. But if you go to prom all 4 years in high school, you can letter in prom. And do you know what the patch is for lettering in prom?
I don't know.
It's a martini glass.
Oh. And they tell kids not to drink at prom. Okay.
But yes, I never went to prom.
I went to 2 proms every single year. And then 1 year I went to 3 different proms. So yeah, 9 times. Yeah.
Dang, dude.
Yeah. And I went to my prom, my personal prom, twice.
Dang.
Yeah. Because I just had friends at other schools, and I would just go to their proms, or like they would ask me. And a lot of times it was literally just like with buddies. Like it wasn't like I was a date to like with my friend. Like it wasn't like with an actual date every time.
Yeah, I got when I was a junior, a senior said she wanted to take me to prom, and I said no.
Dang it, bro! You should have.
I kind of feel bad looking back on it.
You kind of wish you would have.
I don't want to say I wish I would have. I just kind of feel bad for telling her no, because she was like the nicest, sweetest girl,
And she went to prom by herself.
and she like for like all of high school, like
that
for
could have been your wife, Jeremiah.
for all 3 years, like she always like she kind of had like a semi crush on me, and it was really weird because like
She's single now.
no,
Dang it.
but she has like 4 kids or something now.
Oh,
So
jeez. Well, I guess it wasn't meant to be, Jeremiah.
it wasn't meant to be.
You
But
could have 4 kids right now.
oh gosh, that'd be not fun. Where were we?
When all the Bad Batch went to prom, that's where we were. I don't
That'd be
even
cool. Go to prom in like Star Wars like cosplay.
That'd be dope, dude. I would go as Mandalorian in full Beskar.
Actual best car? Oh, okay.
Well, you can't go in his other outfit. That's lame.
Right.
That's not dressed up.
There could be some cool like
A con prom. That's what they should do.
maybe we should have a prom at Empire Con where everyone can dress up and have a fancy meal and
Maybe Empire Con too.
Empire Con 2025. What's
This
the
boy's really skipping 2024, bro?
what's like the winter dance in high school is called? Snowball dance? Snowball?
Snow? Maybe no.
Snowball.
Ours was just called Snow Dance.
Snow days? Snow
No, that's Sadie Hawkins dance you're thinking of.
No, Sadie Hot. Oh yeah. But I was saying in 2025 we have to have Empire Con in the winter so we can do winter stuff. But
What, Hoth dance, we can call it that.
Hoth dance,
Everyone comes out in giant
Wampa
outfits. I'll ride on a tauntaun. I'll be down. You gotta buy that Great Dane so I can dress up as Tauntaun and I can ride it.
No, we just have to have Cody, that Trooper Crow in the Discords. Cody used to send in voicemails. He's from Idaho, I think. He has the Great Dane that I want. The gray.
Oh, really?
The Merle color, the dark gray or the gray with the dark
blue one?
gray spots.
Oh, the marble looking one.
So like he has probably a year old now or maybe.
Oh, it's fully grown almost.
But like I hope he comes to Empire Con and brings his dog because I want that dog.
I was gonna say you just want to see pictures of the dog.
I want to pet that dog. I just want to like hang out with that dog all weekend.
Flying dog.
But yes, anyway.
Cody, there's an invite from Jeremiah.
Yep. Bring some potatoes with you too. Because he's from
Idaho. We got it. You don't have to.
Because he's from Idaho. But he works on a farm too, I think. Like he's like a farmer. Like he could
for corn though, not for potatoes.
He could bring like a half a cow and we could just like have a big huge like grill out or something. But
you know how to cut it for us. There you go.
I don't know how to cut it. Don't look at me. But yes, anyway, we're going on a lot of tangents.
So tangenty.
But we'll go Tech, Echo, and Omega. They're in that hut in the woods. So the old guy, he climbs into the basement down a ladder. I don't know how that old guy can go up and down that ladder, dude. If I had to go up and down the ladder, I'd be like, my knees are hurting. But he's going down there looking through his stuff, and Omega goes with him. I'm keeping an eye on you. I'm like, hey, well, that sounds fun. Blah blah blah. He's just like making fun of her, kind of, and then throws her a kaleidoscope, which apparently kaleidoscopes are now part of the Star Wars canon. Like I haven't even thought of a kaleidoscope. I forgot those existed.
I only was thinking about that because Miles got one. And then on it literally on the box it says do not show to kids under a certain age because it's not good for their eyes.
What does he think when he looks through it? Does he think it's
Yeah,
nuts?
we haven't let him use it
Oh.
because he's not supposed to because it's not good for his vision.
Ah. Supposedly.
That's like babies can't like look at like strobe lights. It's like not good for them.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, bro. I don't. Wanna pay
I'm
for
not
his
I'm
eyes.
not a parent. I don't know anything about babies. You give me a baby, I wouldn't know how to keep it alive. So
Miles would beat you up if I gave you one.
probably that guy is. How big is he now? He's like 60 pounds or something like that. Like how?
I don't know. He hasn't.
He's a
had an
tank.
appointment.
He's like the wrecker, dude. He's a.
Definitely a record though.
But yes, so Omega, she thinks that this kaleidoscope is full of jewels or something. That's what's giving it all of its colors. And like, no, it's just a toy, kid. Like, it's just for fun, like to make you happy.
She just got money thirsty real quick.
Yeah, and she never even heard of a toy, even though she should know what a toy is because Wrecker has his little doll thing, Lulu or whatever he calls it. But he's like, there's more to life than money. What do you?
That wasn't on purpose.
It's
my figure fell on.
I'm like, am I that boring? But he's like, there's more to life than jewels and wealth and stuff. Like being happy is of more value than jewels, and so it's kind of like a life lesson he gave her.
Yeah.
Which she doesn't grasp right away because she ends up running away to get the jewels.
Well, and like throughout this, you're thinking that she's money thirsty, or like she's like, doesn't have good values. But then you realize it's actually because she wants to make Tech happy.
We'll get that later, but like, yeah, so like she learns the lesson later on in the episode, but Echo, he leaves to go do recon, and Tech stays back to help. One, because he's injured, but he's also helps Romar to fix. I forget what they call it, like a database thing. And Romar and Tech had a really awesome scene where, like, Tech is like, "Oh, this is Separatist archives," and the guy's like, "No, it's Sereno, like history."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "We existed before the war, like before the Separatists were thing." And Tech was like, "Oh, I never thought of it like that," which was interesting hearing from Tech because he is the smart one, where he thinks of everything.
Yeah.
And here he learns something like
because I think he thinks of everything in war terms,
right? Because that's all they know. Like, the Separatists existed when he was born because they existed before Episode 2.
Well, they existed so he can be born, like
right. And so, and we got a little bit of that last season when they went to the Raxus, whatever, when they had to try and rescue that separatist senator, and like they're like, we can't help this guy, he's a separatist. Like they automatically jumped that he's a bad guy.
Yeah,
and then
it's still again, like programmed in their minds.
And then here Tech has like a lesson like people are just people, and then war came and destroyed them. Like it wasn't their fault; it was Dooku's fault.
And like also you got to remember like they like still don't fully process what the Empire is. Like they don't realize that the Empire was controlling both sides of the
at this point nobody knows that. Maybe like Rex and Ahsoka might know that just because they know about the chip. But like I don't know if they have connected all the dots that Palpatine was playing both sides of the war. I think by the time of the sequel trilogy they know that, because I know Luke in Episode 8 makes reference to the rise of Darth Sidious because of the failure of the Jedi. Like he might know more than that. Like, but I don't know if we know how much the rest of the galaxy knows about the whole conspiracy of the Clone Wars. And so But it is interesting that here Tech is learning a little bit about more people that aren't bad people. They're just people trying to survive. And so, because apparently there's a whole bunch of people that are in hiding on this planet that we haven't seen, which I thought they were going to come and like help fight
I
the
said
clones.
they were gonna like come out too.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought they were going to rescue Echo and Omega or something, but the old
they're
guy
still
got
hiding.
it done. But yes, so but Omega, she runs away secretly with a rappel cable, and so she wants to go back to the crate to get money, and so she fills up her backpack with jewels, and Echo finds her, but then they're attacked by clones, and they're down there by themselves, and then Tech is like, oh crap, I gotta save them, like they're in trouble. So Tech with his broken leg goes to rescue them, and he's dude. I knew that he wasn't gonna die because we see him in the trailer, but I was like almost like a little
I,
nervous from like had to take on 3 clones by himself, and one of them had like an E-web mounted gun, heavy repeater thing.
mm-hmm.
I was a little nervous for him, even though I knew he was going to survive. But he takes them all
Well,
out.
yeah, like when he fell that one time, like at the end, he falls to the ground and just lays there, and I'm like, oh, he died, and I could not think about the trailer in that moment. I was just like, oh, they killed him off, and like for me, he's one of my. I love his character because he's so blunt
Right.
and like just so like honest about like everything's so literal for him. And then I also love his like outfit and stuff. I'm like, dude, why did they kill him? Like, what the heck? I was so mad, and I'm just so used to like people dying now in Star Wars because of Andor.
And
And like, I'm like, oh, I don't think Tech can swim. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna make it. So
right. But he just collapses out of exhaustion.
I
But
think just pain in his leg.
yeah. And so the old guy comes and finds him like, oh, I thought you were needed help, and it looks like I was right. And then they're like, okay, we got to try and help Echo and Omega. But like Omega and Tech, they're trying to get because the thing is the crate is still about to fall again, and so Omega, she spills her backpack of jewels. Like, first of all, zip up your backpack. Like, why are you leaving it open? But she spills it all, and she's freaking out. Like, I gotta go back. Like, and she like this whole episode, like her focusing on the money was something that was really weird to me. Like, I knew she was all about the mission and blah blah blah, but like I felt like there was something like an obsession over it, and then this is where we find the obsession. It's like you Echo, you said to Hunter that it is because of me that you have to live your life like this, and so she has this guilt put on her, like, and
It
she
wasn't
feels bad,
actually
and so she's like, she wants to
being
do this
greedy.
to give them freedom,
Mm-hmm.
like, which is interesting that she is willing to sacrifice her life for them,
Mm-hmm.
and they're always sacrificing their life for her. So it's like I really felt bad for her that like she had this guilt on her, and
Yeah.
you know,
And I think it was a good lesson for Echo to realize like she cares about them
yeah,
and it's not just them babysitting.
right.
So
And so, but like Echo has a moment like Omega, you have to let go. Like you have to let it go. Like this, it's okay. And so then she lets go and she jumps up and they get off and they're hanging on the ledge. And um, while they're hanging on the ledge, a gunship comes, a lat gunship. Yeah, Tech is like, I'll take care of them. So he uses the mounted E-web thing to take down that, while the old guy is using a land speeder bike to pull the
hold them
cord,
up.
pull them up, and then the Havoc Marauder comes and they pack up, and the old guy's like, I'm not going with you. I'm staying here. I'm just a survivor. Like he just wants to be with his people and take that archive data thing and like to preserve their history and the good things of their culture. And then they go and they leave. And then there's a really good moment between Echo and Omega on the ship. He's like we made our choices, and like, you know, he kind of implied like, Omega, you saved us, because if you weren't there on Kamino when we returned after Order 66, we might be working for the Empire. We might be doing evil things.
Yep.
And it's because of you that we, like, they are, in a sense, they do have their freedom because they're not part of the Empire, which that is the ultimate freedom, is to not be under the control of the Empire. And so they are free, even though they're on the run and working for Sid and all this stuff. And so that was a good moment, like, where we finally had character development with Echo, when like all of last season, like he opened up like 2 doors, and that's like all he did. So I like that we got that from Echo.
Yep.
But the episode ends in a very surprising manner that I didn't expect. So Rampart is there with Captain Wilco, talking about what happened. Wilco's like, we are 85% on gathering up all those crates, and we'll get 100% soon enough, blah, blah, blah. And Rampart, he's like, I'm not here to talk about all the shipping crates and all that stuff. Like, I'm here to talk about your report where there was misinformation. Like you said, Clone Force 99 was here. Like, no, that's wrong, because they're dead. Because they died, and he referred to it the fall of Topeka City, which, or something like that. I think it implied that that's a conspiracy, like they got attacked. Like that's how I put it, like they are victims of like a rebel attack against Kamino or something like that. And so I thought it was a little minor detail that maybe people might miss, but Rampart's like, no, they're dead. And Wilco was like, no, like I saw 2 of them, like I'm saw them with like 2 eyes. And Rampart is like, this information can't get out. If Governor Tarkin hears about this, like I'm screwed. And he tells Wilco to change the report. And Wilco is like, no, I'm not going to falsify official reports. And you hear,
he pretty much tells him it's in order, and then he,
which is interesting, because he stopped and thought for a second. Like he was he wasn't just
the music changed,
following orders like out of like control of the biochip. Like he was actually, as a thinking independent person, made a decision like, no, I'm not going to rely on this report. And then you hear Rampart say, then I will, and his gun is drawn. And you see the shock on Wilco's face, and then you see him like move towards, like he's about to rush him, and then you get the gunshot, so he wasn't able to react fast enough. But Rampart shoots and kills Wilco, and he falls. Dude, that was so sad. Like, I felt so bad for Wilco. I really liked him.
Yeah, he was cool.
And his hair, though, like these clones that like we fall in love with, like Hauser last season with his hair, like everyone was loving his hair. Like Wilco, his hair was pretty cool too. But I don't know. Okay, I just want to mention this also. Did you notice that Wilco? Okay, so I don't know if you remember this from last season, but there was a lot of complaints that the clones were too light-skinned. Like they were like white, and people were complaining that like that's not Tamora Morrison's skin color. Like he's darker. And then Wilco, he had
pretty dark.
Had pretty dark. I noticed that he was really dark. So it's like they made that fix from last season where they made sure that he had the same skin color as Tamora Morrison. So that was good that they did that to keep it accurate. Yep. But yes, so R.I.P. Wilco.
With his brown eyes.
Because that's the standards. We did miss that from the first episode. How what's her face funny. Was like thought that Tech was cute.
It was kind of fun. Who are you, brown eyes? And
what's your name?
Like, well, technically, we all have the same eyes.
And then she got super bored. Like, okay, screw that guy. I don't like him anymore. But yeah. Well, that's the first 2 episodes. And before we transition over to voicemail time, we might as well just listen to a quick commercial break from Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea, because we forgot that last week.
We did.
We did. And so I can't forget it again this week, because
No, we're going to lose our sponsorship.
we're going to lose our sponsorship. So let's listen to Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea. And if you want to see Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea in person, come to EmpireCon 2023.
Yeah.
But let's take a listen.
Hey everyone, Andrew here. I'm pleased to tell you that the sponsor of today's episode is Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea. If you don't know anything about Wesley Andrews, you definitely should. They're an award-winning coffee roaster and shop in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they make fantastic coffee. The awesome thing is that whether you live in the Twin Cities or not, you can get their coffee beans delivered straight to your door by ordering them online. They even have a subscription service that ensures you never run out of amazing coffee. If you've been looking for some new coffee to try or a way to elevate your normal coffee routine, now's your chance. Head over to wesleyandrews.cc, use the code EMPIRERADIO, that's with a capital E and a capital R with no space at checkout, to get 15% off your first purchase of any bags of coffee or a coffee subscription. I can't think of a better deal. Get 15% off some great coffee, support a small business, and support your favorite Star Wars podcast. In the words of Emperor Palpatine, do it.
Do it.
Do it. Well, so we don't really have anything else to like base on what we think the future of the season is going to be like. It was just basically a clear-cut story arc of 2 episodes. All we know is we have that Fee lady. We don't know what she's up to really. She said she's a pirate.
Yeah.
So
Hondo.
some people are thinking Hondo might get an appearance,
Might
which
get some Hondo.
I would love to see Hondo. I said in Discord that I feel like Hondo is going to fall in love with Fee, but then Fee's going to break his heart, and so we're going to feel bad for.
Yeah, I was going to say, what color eyes does Hondo have?
I feel like he has brown.
Yeah,
I can't imagine Weequays having blue eyes. But
have like red eyes though.
no, I think he has brown eyes.
Chat,
what color are Hondo's eyes? Let us know.
Yes.
But yeah, so I wonder if next episode we're gonna get some crosshair action. If we're gonna see whatever, because last season ended with Nala Se being taken by the Empire to do cloning stuff, so maybe we'll see some stuff on that planet. Wayland, I believe, was the name of the planet. But yeah, I'm excited. Just the animation alone, just how good it looks.
Yeah, the animation is sweet. The Jerica and Yelson both said in the chat brown. So
Perfect.
Yeah.
So if she's into brown eyes,
yeah, there you
Who
go.
has
Hondo.
Hondo has the most dreamy brown eyes in the
wanna
galaxy.
That's true. I really want to see Cad Bane again.
I don't know if we'll see him again. Because, like, I don't know. I think that was just
know the name of the next episode, Jerica asked.
Well, they did. You see how they released all the episode names?
No.
They did, like, a month ago.
Very spoilery.
Not really. Like, they're just all
hit it.
All right, Jerica, what is the next episode?
Episode 3
name?
next week.
But yes, so I don't know. I thought we were gonna see in one of those shipping crates this episode Gunji for some reason. I don't know why.
It was around like a
solidary. Oh,
Solid.
she can't spell, so she. So what is
Aren't
it?
you supposed to be a teacher, Jerk?
Solidarity, I think, is what she meant. So maybe more clones, or maybe something.
Solidarity clones is the name of it.
But yes, so that's Bad Batch. But we might as well just jump into some voicemail time. So let's transition over. It's voicemail time. All right. Well, we have 2 voicemails, but we also have 4
Some email.
4 submitted through email. So, our friend Elias has three questions, but then his friend also submitted a question via email, so we'll take that one as well. But Elias's first question is, which top 5 episode was your favorite to do? I have a suggestion. I think it'd be cool if you did top 5 blasters or top 5 super weapons episode.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Top 5 blasters.
People want our
Do people want our top 5 so bad?
yeah. Someone posted on one of our YouTube videos, Abe.
Yeah.
If you're listening, like he's like, I miss your top 5 things. Like, I was like, dang it, like
we should have done that last week.
we have episode breakdowns for like
the
for
next
the next
year,
4 months. So, but that is a good question. What is our favorite top 5 that we've done? I don't know. We've done a bunch. We've done like moments, characters. We done. It's not top 5, but we did our movie rankings. We've done
our top 5
music. We've done.
Didn't we even do
We did least
quotes?
favorite.
Top 5 favorite quotes, didn't we?
I don't think we did a quote one.
I thought we definitely did because I remember I had to write it down.
We did a. Did you? We did a quote challenge with Tanner.
Maybe that's what it was.
But I don't think. Maybe we should do a top 5 quote thing if we haven't done that one. We've done so many, but we've done like.
I think characters like evil. Didn't we do like Sith characters or no? Just top 5 favorite characters, right?
That was our first episode. I think was top 5 characters.
Oh,
that was our first episode. Episode 1.
Go back and listen to episode 1.
And then, which is our most listened to episode.
Oh, it makes sense. Everyone's trying to figure out what we are.
Yeah, and so then we did least favorite moments. We've done droids. We've done ships, like starships. I think I don't remember what people have said, but I remember the least favorite moments in Star Wars was a fun one because it's kind of like talking about
that one was cool.
What we kind of hated. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think people suggest we like ranked shows, but it's so hard to rank shows because
they're still going.
One, yeah, there's more seasons of individual shows, but then we keep getting new shows every year now.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
we should do like top 5 episodes of like season 1 and 2 of Mando or like stuff like that.
Yeah. But I feel like ranking shows should be done like once the show is complete.
Yes.
So
like clones.
Clone Wars.
Like Rebels.
We could do like favorite arcs from from Clone Wars or favorite. I think a cool
5
one
episodes of Rebels would be cool.
One that we could do would be like top 5 like Disney era characters, like unique to Disney era that
like they created those characters.
Yeah, created those. So like we could do
like Hondo.
No, Hondo's Clone Wars. That was before Disney took over.
Oh yeah.
So like
Thrawn, technically.
So Rebels, the show Rebels, you could do Star Wars Resistance, you could do Mando, you could do the Book of Boba Fett, you could do Andor, you could do Bad Batch, you could do Tales of the Jedi, like
do episodes. 7.
You could even do book stuff too if you want to do
7, 8, 9.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the sequel trilogy. Sequel trilogy. So I think that'd be cool because then it's like unique characters that are newer rather than basing it off of like older stuff. So
yeah, because you know me.
Yeah.
Every character on Tatooine.
But like Aaliyah suggested, top 5 blasters, that'd be a good one.
I do like that one. That one's pretty sick.
All right, so that's the first one from Aaliyah. Second one, which is relevant for today's episode, but what are you most excited for with the new season of Bad Batch? I want to see the Zillow Beast. That's what I'm excited for.
I'm excited for learning more things about cloning.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We're gonna
Maybe
see
you'll
that.
see a little Grogu in a cage
Oh
in the
gosh,
corner.
no. I hope not.
We probably will, bro.
So I think I'm excited to see Rex again because we know from
Yep.
trailer he's in Rex. I really don't want to see Ahsoka.
I know.
I love Ahsoka; she's the best, but I don't want her in the show. But I feel like we could,
Yeah.
which I don't. If we see her, it might be like in the finale. Like we might see like a.
You know, it'd be cool though to just give Ashley some more money. You know.
Yeah, I'll see. Well, we can probably see if she can come to EmpireCon, and we can pay her then. Like,
no one's gonna be there for us, bro.
that's how we get everybody to come. Is this Ashley Eckstein will be there.
That'd be cool.
But then, yeah, so that's what I'm excited for.
I wouldn't mind seeing, like I said earlier, I really hope we see Cad Bane again.
Yeah, he's always cool.
Yeah.
But third question from Elias: what do you think has the coolest sounding, or who do you think has the coolest sounding name in Star Wars? I think it's Axel Greylark from the new High Republic book.
Ooh.
That's a cool name, Axel Greylark. So
say that 10 times.
I can't say that, but favorite name, like
I don't know, dude. That's
I don't know.
I always like Maul, dude, or
Maul,
Thrawn. Thrawn's a cool name too.
Mithra Nuru Odo.
Yeah.
Sheev. We always talk about how
nope.
Sheev Palpatine.
Nope.
That's a banger right there.
Yeah, Thrawn, Jericho. Yep, I agree with Jericho. Thrawn. I think that's the coolest name.
Will says Sheev.
If my wife would let me name my next kid Thrawn, that'd be so cool.
Dude, that'd be so weird. Like you could name your kid Rex. Like that's something that you could do
as
a
dog, bro.
But Thrawn?
That's so cool. So how many Thrawns do you know?
How many Rexes do you know? 0.
I know a couple dogs.
But Yellow Snow says Grievous. Cody. Will says Cody.
Will says Cody, bro. Chill. Grievous is cool too. Palpatine's a cool name.
Yeah, Sheev Palpatine. Yeah. Sheev. I like Padme. Like that's I like all the female names in Star Wars. Like that's a good one.
Leia. Leia's not a popular name.
Yeah, I'm surprised Leia's not. I feel like people don't name their kid Leia just because of the Star Wars thing.
Okay.
But Padme, if I had
did you ever watch that 70s show?
No.
So they're doing a new one.
Yeah, I saw 90s, that they're
And the kid is supposed to be Eric and Donna's kid, and her name is Leia.
That's funny.
Because Eric is a huge Star Wars fan.
That's funny.
Yeah. That 70s show is cool because it has a lot of like Minnesota references too.
Does it? Is it?
Because it's based out of Wisconsin.
Oh, it
so
is?
Like they have like a lot of like they talk about the Packers and like the Vikings and stuff and like little Minnesota references. And then they also like talk about Star Wars a lot. Because the first episode came out in the 70s and they like watched it 10 times in a row. And like
interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are the 3 from Elias, but his friend Jack has sent us an email with a question. He says, "Hi, I'm a friend of Elias. He introduced me to you guys, but here's my question. Who do you think would win, EU Luke or Darth Bane?" And that's a hard question for us because we don't know all that EU stuff, Drew and I. This is a better question for...
Where's Andrew?
And now we know Andrew thinks that EU Luke is like, I think that is OP. I can't remember from our top 5 characters. I remember he said he wanted to do EU Luke as his number 1, but I think we said no to EU.
Yeah.
But I can't remember if that was too early on for us to be anti-EU. But apparently EU Luke is super OP. So he'd probably beat Darth Bane. I don't know. The only Darth Bane that...
No, I mean, everyone in the chat saying Bane.
Yeah, sorry, Jack. We just don't know enough about
We don't know
you.
enough, but I'm gonna go with the chat right now, and they're saying Bane. So
I'm just gonna go with Luke, just because I know more about EU Luke than I do about Darth Bane.
Bane.
But yes, Elias and Jack, send in an actual voicemail. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
We will still always answer your email questions, but we love to actually hear your voice because that's always the funnest. So most fun. I don't know. Funnerest. All right. Well, thank you for those emails, but we have 2 voicemails tonight. One from Addie and one from Will. So let's listen to Addie's voicemail.
Heyo, Empire Radio, it's Addie back at you with a voicemail. I just wanted to say a quick message saying that both of you were really close on guessing where I live. And away, both of you are right. And to prove that, we're going to do a deep dive into where I'm from. Don't worry, I'm not going to say any town names, just states. So I was born in Wyoming and spent a good portion of my childhood in Colorado until 3 years ago when my family moved me and my siblings to Texas, and ever since then, Texas has been our home. We love it so much. I have friends here, I have martial arts, and it's been awesome. Anyway, I hope you have an awesome day. May the force be with you. Bye.
Yeah, so last week in our Ask Us Anything, we were talking about Addie because she sent in a voicemail or whatever. And I was like, I think she's from Colorado or from Texas. And apparently she's lived in both. I think she might have said a little bio when because Lucy interviewed her on her podcast.
Oh, she did.
And so I think maybe that's where I remember that information from. I can't remember. But yes, thank you, Addie, for that. That's cool that you have moved around a little bit and that you found your home in Texas.
You moved more than both of us.
Yeah.
Well, I was born in Kansas, but I don't remember any of it.
Yep, I grew up like 3 miles from where I live right now. And I see the same I've lived in the same like 3 square miles for my whole life, except for when I was in college. But all right. Well, last voicemail is from Will, and it's a little confusing, but we'll play it.
Hey, Empire Radio. Will here. I just woke up from a nap, and I am wondering what day it is. As a matter of fact, I'm wondering what year it is. I sure hope it's not 2023.
Okay, Will.
Are you trying to tell us to say Happy New Year to everyone?
I don't know, because he sent us after the New Year, I think. So, like...
Yeah, but maybe he was trying to remind us to say Happy New Year.
Maybe
he said, oh, dang it, it is 2023, LOL. Okay, well... There's a voicemail from Will. Happy 2023, you guys.
Yeah, it is. I guess we did forget to say Happy New Year to everybody.
So that's why he said it.
But Happy New Year, everyone. 2022 was a year. But I think 2023 for Star Wars is going to be the best year for Star Wars that we've had.
Yeah.
So, because we got Bad Batch, we got Mando, we got Ahsoka, we got all kinds. We got Star Wars Celebration this year. It's in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
I think Skeleton Crew is coming out. And then there's like I totally forgot about, but there's like a
Vision Season 2.
The Vision Season 2, but then there's also an animated short for like aimed at little kids. I forget what it's called. Jedi Adventures or something like that.
Miles' new favorite show.
That's probably be his new show. Acolyte's probably not going to be till next year, but
did I tell you that he knows how to say Toy Story characters' names, but not Mommy yet?
That's weird.
He
says Dad, right?
He says Daddy. That's his favorite. Daddy. And Dada. But then he says Jesse, because he has a Jesse doll, and he's like, Jesse? And then he's like, Rex, because the dinosaur is his favorite character. And then today he was like, Buzz, and he picked up his Buzz toy and he showed me. I was like, boy, you still can't say mommy though.
Can't even get him. Like, can you say mommy? Like, you can't.
No, because the other day I was like hiding at Target. I like to hide around corners and then peek out at him. And he's like, Daddy, like super loud, and it was really cute. And then I was like, all right, Steph, you go do it and see what he says. And then he was like, hello. I was like, damn. I was like, geez, girl. Like, I even helped. I was like, look, it's mommy. Say mommy. Look, it's mommy. And then he's like, hello. And I was like,
that's so weird.
I don't know why.
Like mama and dad are like the first two things like every kid says. So it's kind of
And then Hmong, mama means bottle, and he doesn't even say that. So it's just like,
what is mom and Hmong? Like, is it easy?
Mom.
Oh.
There's no. Yeah. It's just mommy. But he said pop because it's grandpa.
Right.
But then he refuses to say my mom's. He refuses to say grandma.
That's funny.
He's just funny. He's a weirdo.
All right. Well, that's all the voicemails we have for tonight. That's Bad Batch.
Hello there. I should teach him how to say hello there.
That would be funny.
That would be cool.
So yeah, Bad Batch episodes 1 and 2 of season 2 is all in the books, and so most likely for the schedule we'll be doing Thursday nights for the live streams, just because of scheduling. So we'll be doing that. Sometimes it might be on Wednesdays once in a while, but most likely it'll just be Thursdays. And so, yeah, stay tuned.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Hopefully next week is a little longer, maybe. Maybe
a little bit. Maybe if we get like a 30-minute episode with credits. That's just a few minutes extra that we get.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Would be nice.
Like, I don't mind the short ones either, but like, I don't want an episode 1 short one. Like,
yeah,
I want it to be good.
Right.
So, yeah, that's it.
All right,
stay tuned and join the Discord.
Yep, we'll go over some socials. So yeah, if you want to join the Discord, click the link in the description, the links.co/Empire Radio link, the links.co link. It's a landing page for everything for us. And so if you want to join the Discord, click the link for the invite, especially if you want to consider going to EmpireCon. You know, if you join Discord, you don't have to go, but if you just want to check it out, you know, we're going to be sending out a survey soon about like what people
help.
Yeah, we can help brainstorm ideas, give ideas, all that stuff. And so just check it out. Like, it's a lot of fun. Like, we've had a lot of fun the last week,
and
just
it's
because
free, you guys, it's free. There's no charge.
Yeah, to go on a Discord, it's free. So just go. Just check it out. Even if you don't go to EmpireCon, it's just fun to make friends and get connected with people because we're all really good friends now. A lot of fun, a lot of inside jokes. And it's like, we want everyone that goes to EmpireCon to know about the inside jokes that we have. Like, this is going to be more fun that way. But yes, so that's the link for that. But if you want to leave a voicemail, there's a link. If you want to shoot us an email, our fan email, the EmpireRadioFans@gmail.com. Also, the link for the VCU Illustration Project. You heard from Lucy today. Go listen to some voicemails from our VCU. It's a great story. And this, if you're an artist, draw it, paint it, digital art it. It's going to be fun. Like, we have a lot to get done yet, so just jump in and do it. Like, don't feel like, I don't know if I should. Just get it done. All right, we'll take it. We'll take all we can get because we got a lot to go. What else? YouTube link, Twitch link is in there. needlesslynerdy.com podcast network is in there too. We're part of that. So if you want to get connected with a bunch of nerdy stuff outside of Star Wars, go click on that.
Yep.
They're doing a lot of
video on YouTube is up.
Yep. And also with the needlesslynerdy.com, they've been pushing a lot of blog posts. And so David and people like Retta in our Discord and Brady from our Discord and stuff, they're writing articles too. So if there's really brief articles about topics that are really fun to read. So go check those out.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Anything else, Drew?
Nope.
All right, cool. Well, you have been listening to another Bad Batch-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew.
and may the force be with you.
Always.